Welcome to the Deep Dive, your ultimate shortcut to being genuinely well-informed, maybe with just enough humor to keep you hooked.
Hopefully.
Today, we're plunging into the really captivating world of professional wrestling. It's a realm just defined by these larger-than-life personas.
Absolutely.
And right now, one name, it's just absolutely exploded in popularity, inspiring a whole new generation. Rhea Ripley.
That's right. And our mission in this deep dive is basically to unpack a recent, really revealing interview with her.
Okay.
We're going beyond just the headlines, trying to pull out the most important insights into her incredible journey, the, surprising evolution of that formidable character she plays, and also the often unseen realities of her life outside the ring. The goal here is to give you, our listener, a kind of concise but profound understanding of the fascinating complexities that make this unique superstar who she is.
Okay, so let's start right there with her on-screen persona. Rhea Ripley's character, it's gone through some truly wild shifts, hasn't it?
Right.
But for me, that shift to Mami, that felt like a real game changer. What do you see as the key to that character's evolution? What makes that persona so compelling?
Yeah, you've definitely hit on something crucial there. That whole storyline with Dominic Mysterio was, well, undeniably a massive turning point.
Right.
It transformed her from what she herself called a hard-ass persona into Mami. But what's really insightful here, I think, isn't just that she plays different roles as Mami.
Okay.
Well, Ripley herself noted how she can fluidly embody, business-focused Mami when she's dealing with someone like Paul Heyman. Or maybe a stern Mami when she's breaking up a fight between, say, Finn and Damien. And then with Dom, she's loving, nurturing, and helpful Mami.
Right. Multiple facets.
Exactly. It's not just range. It's this, groundbreaking flexibility in character work. It sort of defies the typical wrestling archetypes, you know?
Yeah.
And that allows her to connect with fans on all these multiple complex levels, all within a single storyline.
And speaking of complexity, you kind of have to talk about that infamous "I licked it, so it's mine" moment.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's such a unique, almost non-feminine way for her character to express herself.
Yeah.
How did she explain actions like that?
Well, she revealed it's basically a way for her character, for Rhea, to express feelings when she struggles to do it outwardly.
Okay.
She uses these actions to kind of hide little bits and pieces of herself. It's a really fascinating look into how she constructs a character who, despite all her power, still has these hidden vulnerabilities.
That really makes you wonder about the person behind the persona, doesn't it? Which brings us to this, profound contrast. The on-screen, sadistic, and shape-shifting demon that she says sometimes takes over her entire body and being, versus Demi Bennett, the real person. What did she reveal about Demi?
Yeah, this is really interesting. Demi admits to being shy, experiencing real bad anxiety, and even being scared of the outside world. This profound duality, between the intimidating Rhea Ripley and the vulnerable Demi Bennett, it offers this powerful insight into, the universal struggle of reconciling our public facade with our private vulnerabilities.
That makes sense.
It's a theme that resonates way beyond the wrestling ring, I think. And in Rhea's case, it reveals her authenticity as maybe a source of her enduring connection with the fans.
That's a really striking difference. And she even has this interesting self-perception, right? Seeing herself as a smaller individual, just skinny.
Yeah, she mentioned that.
And actually using baggy clothes to hide her shoulders because fans often tell her she looks way bigger on TV.
Right.
Yes, she's constantly striving to be better and to do better and look better, even though she knows there is no perfecting yourself. How does that drive, impact her?
Well, it basically fuels her. It's that relentless pursuit of improvement, despite knowing perfection's impossible, that really pushes her.
Okay.
And this extends right to her performance. She shared this surprising fact about her iconic entrances. Before her music plays, she actually feels unconfident, like she's gonna pass out or vomit.
Seriously? That's hard to believe watching her.
Right. But the moment her music hits and she walks through that curtain, boom, she transforms into a different animal, becoming the personification of cool. It's a remarkable shift in mindset, almost like flipping a switch.
It truly is. And a fun little detail she mentioned, her distinctive pinning style, which her trainers apparently called the sexy pin.
Yeah.
That actually originated really early in her career, way back in Australia. Plus, the origin of her name itself is pretty cool, too. Rhea, from a goddess, and Ripley, obviously, from the badass character in Aliens.
Yeah, she loves that connection, and she also appreciates the RR initials, like, Roman Reigns or Ronda Rousey.
Right, it fits. So from her unique in-ring style to the very name she carries, Rhea Ripley is this meticulously crafted persona.
Definitely.
But this isn't just about stage presence. It really speaks to the deep thought and maybe the personal struggle required to build such an impactful character.
Oh, sure.
And that struggle, it was evident long before she became this global superstar. Let's maybe talk about her challenging road to stardom.
Indeed. Her coach back in Australia was very realistic, told her that making it to WWE was extremely difficult and probably won't happen.
Ouch.
Yeah. And she admitted she never thought the name Rhea Ripley would be as big as it is now, which just underscores how unlikely her own success felt, even to her.
And that feeling of, like, self-imposed pressure started super early, didn't it? Her first WWE match at just 20 years old, she said it was terrifying.
Absolutely. I mean, picture it. She was alone, other side of the world, never wrestled on TV before.
Yeah.
She placed so much pressure on herself, refusing to fail, that it actually led to panic attacks.
Wow.
And she openly shares this struggle now, hoping it helps others dealing with similar issues, which, speaks volumes about her wanting to use her platform for good.
That's great that she shares that. And the pressure, it hasn't really gone away even now that she's, at the top. She talked about the extreme stress leading up to WrestleMania 40 against Becky Lynch. Worrying about being rusty or sick or just having a stinker match.
Yeah, and fearing the fan backlash, like people saying she was overpushed or calling her Rhea Hogan. That's intense pressure.
Definitely.
But what's fascinating here, too, is how her career has been shaped by what she calls these happy/really shitty accidents.
Okay, explain that.
Well, a prime example is that pivotal moment at the second Mae Young Classic. Remember, Tegan Nox got injured?
Oh, right, yeah, horrible injury.
Terrible. But it forced Rhea into this last-minute match against Io Shirai. And despite the, traumatic lead-up for everyone, the match itself was a banger.
It was fantastic.
And it led to the boss, Paul Hunter Levesque, recognizing that she can go. This basically turned the page on her feeling, as she put it, disliked and worthless at the WWE Performance Center, the PC.
Huge turning point.
It really was a true moment of, serendipity born from adversity.
That's a great story. And wasn't there another one? Her actual NXT debut confronting Shayna Baszler.
Yes. The crowd reaction at Full Sail was just so overwhelming, apparently. It actually changed the pre-planned ending of the match there.
No way.
Yeah, from a loss to a disqualification. It just shows the direct and immediate impact fan support can have on a wrestler's trajectory.
Wow. That's incredible power the fans have sometimes.
And when we look at her WrestleMania triumphs, she cherishes two moments in particular.
Okay.
Winning the SmackDown Women's Championship against Charlotte, that felt so perfect, especially with her family there in the front row. That was
a huge career moment.
Definitely. But she says her opening match at a subsequent WrestleMania against Io Shirai and Bianca Belair, she feels that one has actually triumphed that.
Even though she lost?
Even though she lost. She calls it stellar and was just immensely proud of the performance itself. It really speaks to her dedication to the craft over just, the win-loss record.
It's clear her journey has been anything but conventional. Let's shift gears a bit now and talk about Rhea Ripley's life beyond the ring. Because she has some truly, let's say, unusual aspirations.
Truffles. Yeah, that's one way to put it.
She has this unique desire to meet Art the Clown from the Terrifier films.
Yes. And she's actually tried to get him invited to WWE shows.
Get out of here.
Seriously. And her ultimate ambition, to appear in a Terrifier movie, specifically stating she wants to die in it.
Okay, that's definitely distinctive for a wrestling superstar.
You could say that.
Her love story with fellow wrestler Buddy Matthews, who was Matt Silva back then, that's also quite surprising, isn't it? Given their history.
Completely. She initially hated him with a passion.
Why was that again?
Because early in her career, he apparently punched another female wrestler during a match or training. She didn't specify which.
Okay, yeah, I can see why she'd hate him.
Right. But somehow their connection blossomed from just talking about their siblings' relationships to this vulnerable sushi date where she apparently just opened up about everything. It's quite a testament to how complex relationships can evolve.
It really is a kind of heartwarming narrative, unexpectedly.
Yeah.
And they've built quite the little family now, right? With their 3 fur babies.
Yeah, Luna, Barry, and Bella. And the story of rescuing Bella is just wild.
What happened there?
She and Matt apparently got her from some person on the side of the road. They had exactly $100 cash on them right after Rhea had to vacate a title due to injury.
Wow, talk about timing.
Yeah, it was chaotic, but clearly a heartfelt rescue. Just sort of happened.
And Buddy Matthews himself sounds like quite the character. Rhea describes him as a mammoth man and Ginger Rambo. Yeah. And she notes how his attempts to look scary, to sort of deter fans in public, often backfire.
How so?
He actually draws more attention because he's just so imposing physically. Trying to look mean just makes him look bigger, apparently.
That's pretty funny. And speaking of fans, Rhea has an interesting perspective on that whole dynamic, doesn't she?
She does. She believes people love to hate Rhea Ripley.
And basically, if you're talking negatively about her online or whatever, you're just acting like a fan, it's still engagement.
Huh. Interesting take.
Yeah.
She also clarified that viral stink face moment with Nia Jax, right?
Yes, she explained it was actually Nia's idea, and her doing it was kind of a playful tribute, even though it generated a lot of negativity online.
Right. And she also admitted to sometimes being a bit petty with her social media.
Yeah, posting certain viral photos online, like after being left off a SummerSlam card or something, specifically to make sure she trends, often with her husband's encouragement, apparently.
That's actually pretty strategic, kind of clever, using the online world to her advantage.
It is. But this next point, it delves into a much more serious and critical issue for public figures.
Okay.
She detailed this really alarming incident. A fan came right to her gated community home on Valentine's Day.
Oh no.
Repeatedly ringing the doorbell, changing outfits to try and not be recognized. Just a severe breach of privacy.
That's awful and scary.
Totally. And she stressed it's a recurring issue for wrestlers. She mentioned similar experiences for Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez.
Right, I've heard about those too.
It's a stark reminder, isn't it, of the challenges performers face when those boundaries get crossed. She emphasized that while they love their fans, performers are just normal people who need their privacy respected outside of work.
Absolutely.
It's not just an inconvenience, it can be genuinely frightening and deeply invasive.
That's such a crucial message for people to understand. And it kind of ties back to her earlier comments about anxiety, doesn't it?
It really does. She reiterated her shyness and anxiety in crowded public places. She gave an example of this overwhelming encounter at Universal Studios, where a large group of fans just swarmed her. Left her feeling completely people out, as she put it.
Yeah, I can imagine. It really highlights that paradox, right? Being this huge public persona who thrives in front of thousands, yet struggles with that intense scrutiny of individual interactions in her private life.
Exactly. It's a lot to manage.
Let's talk a bit about the physical toll this career takes. It's brutal. Her signature riptide finisher, for instance, has evolved.
Yeah, she mentioned that. She changed it from a sit-out version to a standing one.
Why the change?
Specifically to protect her spine and ensure, longevity in her career. A really conscious decision for her long-term health.
Makes sense. But does that shift the impact elsewhere?
It does. She said now her knees bear the brunt of the impact, so it's a trade-off.
Always a trade-off in wrestling, it seems.
Pretty much, and this leads directly into her ongoing battle with chronic lower back pain.
Where did that start?
She traces it back to undershooting a back body drop onto an announce table during an NXT match. Just one bump.
Well, just takes one sometimes.
Exactly. And now she relies heavily on a masseuse to even be able to compete in major events like WrestleMania, often getting worked on just hours before big matches. It's that hidden cost, behind those incredible performances we see.
Yeah, the stuff we don't see. And finally, she touched on something maybe a bit lighter but still important: stretching.
Facts, right?
The critical role of stretching for wrestling longevity. But she expressed this amusing frustration.
What's that?
That her husband, Buddy, despite also being in pain sometimes, consistently refuses to stretch with her.
That sounds like a relatable struggle, even for wrestling power couples.
Totally. So when you pull it all together, what does this all mean? Rhea Ripley's journey, it really showcases remarkable resilience, doesn't it?
Definitely.
And profound authenticity, alongside this intricate, often challenging relationship between a performer and their devoted audience. She's clearly a master of her craft, but also, a deeply human individual navigating some pretty extraordinary circumstances.
So for you, the listener, maybe think about this. How does understanding these deep personal struggles, the anxieties, the self-doubt, the physical toll, the privacy invasions, how does knowing all that's behind a seemingly invincible character like Rhea Ripley Deepen your appreciation for their performances, for their sheer resilience. Yeah, and what might it mean for your own challenges, knowing that even these people we might idolize face such intense battles?
That's a great thought to leave people with.
And just to wrap things up, Rhea Ripley herself in this interview expressed gratitude for 3 core things in her life right now.
Okay, what were they?
First, her husband and her dogs. They are her home, she said, and have made her love where she is.
That's lovely.
Second, her incredibly supportive family. She calls them her cheerleaders, always proud of every accomplishment.
Important support system.
Absolutely. And finally, her challenging journey itself and her feral, her word yet beloved moshers, her loyal fan support who she acknowledges have helped skyrocket her to where she is today.
Acknowledging the good and the bad, the whole package. It's a fascinating look at a complex star.
It really is.